everyone. Um, how are you guys? How have you been? I'm so happy to finally be back on YouTube. It's been quite a while. It's been a minute. Yeah, I've been gone for like 9 months. The last video that I uploaded was last year, December. So I am finally glad to be back on this channel. I've missed this platform. I've missed you guys so much, and I also hope that you guys missed me too. So today's video is going to be short and sweet. There's so much that happened in the last 5 months, in the last 9 months. I told myself that I won't be able to cover everything. So what I'll basically do is I will share some of the stuff in today's video, and I will cover other things in the next videos. So I have my laptop with me. So as you know, I hope you can see. So basically I'm holding my phone with my hand as I record this video because I don't have a tripod. I'm recording this video outside where I stay, because in my room the lighting in my room is not so good, and I also left my ring light at my uncle's place. So I'm going to fetch it sometime during the month. I think next weekend. Yeah, I'm going to fetch it next weekend. So hopefully when I get my ring light, the lighting in my room will be better. Excuse me. But if it doesn't get any better, I'll continue to record outside until I fix the lighting in my room. I have my laptop with me. I have also my notes here. So basically in today's video we are going to talk about 5 things. The first one being why I haven't been on YouTube for the past 9 months. Secondly, why I left ESL teaching. Thirdly, what happened, a summary of what happened in the past 9 months, and also what's new and what's the way forward. So please note that I'm going to record these videos bit by bit because I'm holding the phone with my hand. It's tiring, so I will need to take some breaks. So I'm gonna combine the videos and make it one. And yeah, but our video is going to be very sweet and short this year. I've told myself that actually moving forward I want to make my videos a bit shorter, because I've noticed some of my videos were quite long, and it's not so nice to watch long content, you know, like the videos that are quite long, like more than 30 minutes. So I'm avoiding to make my videos more than 30 minutes. Actually, I want to keep them under 20 minutes. The max should be like 20 minutes. So I hope this video is also going to be very short as well. So the reason why I basically haven't been uploading long content in the past 9 months, so as I've mentioned, the last video that I uploaded was December 2024, and I think I was sharing about my ESL teaching experience. So yeah, the reason why I haven't been sharing or uploading long content is basically because life has been hectic. Yeah, life has been laughing, you know, life happens, and yeah, I just didn't have the strength to create long content, and you know, I just didn't want to be on my camera and create the content that is not, you know, that doesn't, you know, give you guys motivation, or that doesn't also reflect positive energy, you know. So yeah, there has been some changes. As I've mentioned, I was staying with my mother, and there has been some changes that happened. I got a new job and I moved to another city in Pretoria. Initially, when I was teaching English, I was staying in ESL. Then after my contract ended, I moved back to stay with my mother. And then after getting a new job, which I got in the middle of March 2025, I moved to Centurion. Then so yeah, now I live in Centurion by myself. It's not easy because it's lonely a lot of times, But yeah, we are adulting and it's not easy, but yeah, everything is going well. I'm taking it one day and one step at a time. God is helping me a lot. My family is there to support me. So yeah, I didn't have enough time. So the new environment and the new job basically took a lot of my time, and I was just not having enough enough energy to be able to record content and edit it and upload it on YouTube. So but if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you will notice that I have been uploading short content there. Yeah, so I would encourage you guys to follow me on those two platforms as well, just to stay updated with what I'm doing and everything, and other things that I get to share and teach you guys. So yeah, that's basically all about it. The reason why I haven't been on YouTube for the past 9 months is because a lot has been happening. I've been adjusting, trying to adjust. I haven't fully adjusted. I don't think I would ever fully adjust. It's just a matter of taking it one day at a time. So I think the situation is much better now. I'm in a better position to create long content and yeah, and catch up with you guys. So the reason why I left ESL teaching, it was actually not by choice. I didn't leave by choice. I left ESL teaching because the contract that I had with the company that I was working with actually ended. It ended in September 2024. At the end of 2020, at the end of September 2024. So yeah, so um the reason why, I'm not sure if I shared in my last video why the contract wasn't renewed, but the reason is basically because I didn't meet the requirements for renewal. So I'm gonna share more details about that in the other videos, you know, how the the ESL company that I was working with rated the teachers, you know, to determine if whether you are worthy of being, of having your contract renewed or not. But it wasn't entirely based on my performance in terms of, you know, how I was teaching the students. It wasn't about that. There are other things that they were looking at which I do not understand why. You know, I'm just gonna cover everything in the other video that I'll make. I'm not sure if it's the next video, but I will definitely cover that. But yeah, so my contract wasn't renewed, and so what happened also is that the same company, it offers teachers an opportunity to teach abroad, because the company is a multinational company. So they have physical learning centers and schools in different countries across the world. So they offer teachers opportunities to teach in other countries like China, Saudi Arabia, Argentina, and other countries. So I applied for an opportunity to teach in China. It was in April 2024. I remember telling my friend about this. I was like, I'm just gonna try my luck and apply. So I applied in April. The applications opened in April 2024. I applied, and then the feedback was I only got feedback in September 2024, when the last month when my contract was about to end. So I don't know why they considered interviewing me when my contract was ending. I don't know, but I assume maybe it's because it's different branches, because I was working with the Johannesburg branch in South Africa, and the company that the branch that I interviewed with is China branch. So yeah, so I think it was around the 27th of the 27th of December, no, the 27th of September, I got an email. They were inviting me to an interview. I accepted the interview, and then my interview was at the beginning of October 2024. So for the interview, they actually sent me some lesson material that I needed to use to prepare for the interview for the demo lesson. And I also prepared questions on my side that I needed to ask them. So the first thing that I did was we greeted in the interview, and then they asked me some questions, and then I did the demo lesson, which I prepared thoroughly for. And then I also had questions on my side. So yeah, the interview went quite well. I'm gonna share a screenshot of the interview. Yeah, so I interviewed quite well. It went quite well, honestly. And they asked me questions. I also asked them questions. I asked them questions mainly about professional development, what opportunities they offer, and then also the city where I would live, when I will get feedback. And I also asked them about the remuneration package, because that is very, very important. So I was quite prepared for this interview. I didn't just show up. I did research, and I knew what I was expecting. And also, yeah, I asked relevant questions as well. So a week later, they sent me feedback. They were like, unfortunately, we didn't select you, so we won't be moving forward with your application. And I was like, okay, no problem. And then, but to be honest, I'm quite glad that it didn't go through, because it didn't. Yeah, I'm glad that the interview didn't go as I had expected, because the remuneration package that they were offering is not good. And yeah, their salary is just not so good. I think the salary they were offering 13,000 RMB, that is yuan, Chinese currency. That is a very low salary. That's the salary that ESL teachers used to earn back in like 2018 or so. Now it's very, very unreasonable and unfair for a company to pay teachers that much. And if you can check out videos on YouTube, you'll realize that some teachers, they are abroad, but they are not earning well, but they are just remaining in those countries with those jobs, because they feel like that's better than to be in South Africa and struggle in the job market and not be able to find a job. But yeah, the salary that they were offering, it was just not good. I think also maybe they didn't take me because they were realizing that, because I really asked them questions about the salary. I was like, the remuneration. I was asking them about employment benefits. I was asking them about medical aid, those kind of things, because they are very, very important. You don't want to leave South Africa for another country and only to get there and struggle. So I didn't want that for myself. That's why I asked all those questions. So yeah, at some point, or after, in October, one of my aunts, no, it was actually late, no, at the beginning of September 2024, one of my aunts also sent me a poster for the JET program, Japan Exchange and Teaching Program. So this is basically a collaboration between South Africa. It's a program that is created from a collaboration between Japan and South Africa. So every year, Japan takes about, I'm not sure, it depends each year, but usually each year is around 40 something, close to 50. They take ESL teachers to teach that side in Japan, to not only teach the Chinese students English, but to also share the South African culture, and also for them to learn about the Japanese culture as well. So I considered that. I didn't apply when my aunt sent me, because I wasn't certain if that's what God wanted for me, and it didn't feel like it was the right time for me to apply, because also, I had just I was in my, I think it was also, I was just all over the place in terms of emotions, because my contract with the ESL company that I was teaching with had just ended. Yeah, I was just, not okay. I didn't, it didn't feel right. It didn't feel like it was the right time for me to actually go abroad, or yeah. So I didn't apply. I remember when my aunt sent me the opportunity, I think there were like a few days left, 5 days or so left before the closing date. So I was like, no, this can't be it. But then I did research, and to consider applying for the following year, which is 2025, I did research on the program online. I mean, yeah, I did research on, YouTube mainly, and also on TikTok, and I found some awesome videos where people were actually sharing, honest reviews about Japan and everything. And towards, the more I did research about Japan, the more I realized that I wouldn't enjoy living there. And the main reason was because the culture is just not good. The Japanese, okay, well, the Japanese culture is healthy, it's good and all. They are good people. However, the way they treat South Africans, they, no, not just the South Africans, the way they treat Africans, it's just not acceptable. I've had stories about the fact that, like, you will be in a train and a Japanese person, or Japanese people wouldn't sit next to a black person because they just don't want to sit next to them. So imagine. And also the fact that almost every day people would stare at you, you know yeah, there's just a whole lot of things that I discovered the more I did research, and I was just like, I can't. And also in terms of professional growth, that program doesn't come with so much professional growth in terms of teaching. And I was just like, there's no way I can do this. So yeah, but I know there are some people who are doing it. I follow them on Instagram and TikTok who are doing ESL teaching in Japan, and they seem to be enjoying it. They've been doing it for more than 3 years. So I think it's something that is for other people. It's just maybe not for me. But yeah, you never know. Maybe some year God might decide, no, actually I want you in Japan. You never know. But as it stands, I don't think I will go there because of what I found out, and also the fact that I'm pursuing other things at the moment. So yeah. So what happened in the past 9 months is that, as I've mentioned, from October 2024 I was unemployed until the middle of March this year. So I was unemployed, living with my mother and my stepfather and some of my siblings. My big brother, I did mention, guys, that I have 4 siblings, no, 3 siblings. I am, yeah, my mother's kids are 4. I am the second born. So the first one is my brother. He lives in Limpopo. He doesn't like the city life. It's not for him. And he loves, the villages and the tranquility. He loves peace and all of that. He doesn't love, you know, the suburb where, the life is just too busy and, things are just all over the place. So I am the second born. My little sister is 22, turning 23 this year. She is still studying at VUT, Val University of Technology, and we have my mother's last born is doing, he's still in high school. He's doing grade 11 this year. So I was at home with my other two siblings, and yeah, it was just not easy, because personally I am more like a breadwinner at home, because for the longest of time my brother hasn't been able to find employment. So yeah, I've been that person who was helping my mother with so many things, and my siblings as well. So you can imagine, if I am not working, it means, it's tough. So it was just so stressful to me, because I felt so stuck. I felt so useless a lot of times. Yeah, I was just not okay. But My mother was there, was supporting me throughout the entire process. I was, I was okay on some days. I was not okay on some other days. I had a routine that I was following on a daily basis. I would have, my to-do list. The first thing that I would do in the morning would go for a run. If you have been following me on Instagram and TikTok, you know that I'm a very big fan of running. The reason is actually because running helps me to it running plays a key role in helping me keep my sanity, my mental health, and also my overall well-being. Without running, I would be long dead. So exercising, running, it really does help me a lot. I love running and I love exercising, and it's a huge part of my life right now. So I was exercising a lot of times. Most of the days I would exercise in the morning and in the afternoon. Some in the afternoon, sometimes I would exercise with my aunt, because where my mother is staying, one of my uncles stays nearby, and also one of my aunts stays nearby as well. So in the other evenings, I would run with my one of my aunts. I think I will share one of the pictures here. So yeah, it was so tough. Most of the days some days I was okay, some days I was not okay. I would break down. I would question God and be like, God, why am I experiencing this? Why this? Why is this happening to me? Because for the longest of time, I've worked so hard in my life. If you guys have been following me, you guys know that, like, I'm a top achiever, like, from high school. Yeah, well, at Verts I wasn't a top achiever, but I also, like, passed my degrees in record time. So that tells you a lot about my work ethic, how determined, how focused I am. So in high school, I was also a top achiever. I matriculated as a top one achiever. I got a bursary to study full time in university at Verts. So I've had great plans for myself, and coming out of university, realizing that my plans are not coming together, it's just been so hard for me to accept that. But how God has been helping me. So yeah, it was just so hard. I don't wanna lie to you guys. Mentally, I was not okay, but I would just be on the socials as well, and a lot of people wouldn't notice that I'm going through a tough time, because I'm just that one person who doesn't go on social media and cry on other people, because I don't believe in that. If you are going through a tough time, I believe that you should just, take some time off social media and be in your emotions. Embrace the moment that you are in, and also just, pray for strength. So I was in that situation. It was hard, but God helped me. And I always say that God knew that I would need this kind of a mother that He blessed me with, because, guys, my mother is so loving, she's so supportive, she's so compassionate, she's so kind, and I don't think that I would ever stop thanking God for the kind of mother that He blessed me with, because my mother is literally one of the best mothers out there. And I'm not saying this to brag. And yeah, I'm just appreciating her, because she is really the best mother, because she supports me in everything that I do. She's always there for me. And yeah, if it wasn't for her and my family, I don't know. So next up, I'll be talking about what's new. Basically, what's new is that I am currently working in recruitment consulting as an administrator. That's the job that I got in March this year. This is not the job that I was interviewed for. So basically, I was headhunted, I was recruited. If you don't know the term headhunt, it basically means a recruiter or an HR professional would go on a job portal and look for a person with the specific skills and specific experience and so on and so forth. So I was headhunted on, or rather I was recruited from PNet. PNet is one of the most popular and mostly used job portals in South Africa. So when the company recruited me, they were looking for a business development consultant, and they called me, and I remember the day that they called me, I was literally not okay, and I was, it was one of those days where I was just giving up and feeling like, God, this is not working out. I was just not having it on that day. So the company called me, and then they said, we are looking for a recruitment consultant. I think they called me on Tuesday, and then I was at McDonald's in the nearest McDonald's in the area where I live, which is Mamelodi. So I was at Mamelodi in Mom's Mall, McDonald's Mom's Mall. Then they called me, and then they said, we are looking for a business development consultant. Are you interested? And I was like, yes. And then they said, they asked me some questions, and then I answered them, and then they were like, we'll get back to you regarding whether we would like to go ahead with an interview with you or not. Then the following day, which was Wednesday, the person who called me sent me a WhatsApp message, and also they tried to call me. My phone was off because it was load shedding, so my phone was off. And then I eventually charged my phone, and then when I was opening my phone, I realized that I have some messages, and then they were like, are you available for an interview on Thursday morning, which was the following day. Then I responded and apologized. I was like, sorry about that, my phone was off and stuff. So then the following day, on Thursday, I went to my uncle's place. I will share a picture there. I went to my uncle's place and had the online interview, and then the interview went well. And then I was interviewed on the same day. I was invited for a second interview, which was in person. I was scheduled for Monday. Was it Monday? Yeah, Monday at like 2:00. Yeah, the Monday of the following week. Then on a weekend, I went to my other uncle's place because he lives in Centurion, so I was like, I should go that side so that I will be able to travel much easier. Or yeah, then on that Monday, I went to the interview. I remember my uncle was so helpful, guys. He helped me with the finances of going up and down with the interviews and everything. My family was just so supportive. Like, my family supported me throughout the whole process. I don't want to lie, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be working right now. So they supported me emotionally, mentally, and financially as well. I'm super grateful and blessed. So I went to that interview. Unfortunately, the second interview didn't go well. They were like, they said that they were not satisfied with my experience in terms of sales, because that role is basically sales. So remember, I told you guys in one of my previous videos that I want an opportunity that involves sales, because I want to learn more about how to sell, how to build relationships with businesses and all of that. So yeah, then on the same day they gave me feedback. They're like, we are not so 100% satisfied with your skills and experience. I mean, yeah, they were not satisfied with my skills. No, they were not satisfied with my experience. So my experience in terms of sales. So yeah, then they offered me an administrator role, because they said that we actually like you. We think that you fit well with our company culture. So we want to offer you this junior role so that you can learn up more about the recruitment industry, and then be able to maybe be promoted as time goes by. So yeah, I'm still the administrator. I'm learning so much. I love my team. The company culture is so good. I love it there. the people that I work with, they're so kind, they're so polite, they're so welcoming. I don't want to lie to you guys. I remember the longest of time I've been so afraid to go into corporate because I was so worried about the company culture. I was so worried about how the employees or my colleagues would treat me and everything. And a lot of times God has been telling me, you need to pray for the kind of environment that you want, because I don't know what you want, so you need to tell me what kind of environment you want. And guess what, guys? I did exactly that. I prayed. I was like, God, I want to work with kind people. I want to work with a team that is inspired, that is motivated, that is discipline, that is focused, people who share the same values as me, people who have my kind of character, and then that's exactly what God gave me. So God does answer prayers. I don't want to lie to you. Every time, whenever I go, whenever I consider a new opportunity, I'm like, God, please help me. I need to be in this kind of environment. You know best. Please just take me to the best environment you possibly can. And so, can I tell you, I love it there. So another thing, we launched Bioscience Hub. I launched Bioscience Hub in September this year. This is a community and a career center for graduates in the biological field. The reason why I launched this is because I've realized that a lot of bioscience graduates, they actually limit themselves in terms of opportunities that are out there. A lot of us, when we graduate, we don't know how to move forward with these degrees. It's like we don't know how to make use of them to find opportunities for ourselves. So ever since I started working in this company, there's so much information that has been at my disposal. There's just so much that I got exposed to, and God just pushed me, and also encouraged me to build something where I would share information with other people. So this platform is not only going to benefit graduates who are in the bioscience field. Also, if you are in the other fields, like your accounting, mathematics, whatever, you will benefit from the conversations that we will have regarding careers, professional development, and so on and so forth. And lastly, in terms of a way forward, we are going to talk about, we do not stop with what we had started. We are going to continue to talk about God on this platform. We are going to continue to have conversations around personal growth. We are going to have conversations around professional growth, and also we are going to talk about we are going to talk about careers. We are also going to talk about adulthood as well. I've also seen that some people some of the subbies have been commenting on my YouTube channel. And also, guys, before I forget, I am so grateful, guys, for the new subbies. Welcome, because my channel actually grew. When I left, it was on like 18 subscribers. Now we are on like 35. So welcome, new subbies. Thank you so much. I hope you will love being part of this community. So some of you actually requested that I continue to create ESL teaching content. I'm still going to create ESL teaching content, because that topic, we cannot leave it hanging, because I didn't finish. There's still so much content that I was planning to create. It's just that life happened, but we are going to continue to create content. So it doesn't stop there. We are still going to create content around ESL teaching. So don't be stressed. We cannot leave things hanging. We started this topic, so we are gonna have to finish it. It's definitely gonna come to an end at some point, but we are continuing for now. So don't be stressed. So that's basically it from my side, guys, on today's video. I hope to see you guys in another video. Please stay well, keep well. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys are well mentally, emotionally, and in all other aspects of life. Don't stop praying. Don't stop believing in yourselves. God is great. God is gonna help you achieve your goals. Pray, live in prayer, and yeah, just continue being hopeful and trust in God's plans for your life. I will see you guys in another video. Bye bye.